How you doing? I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Today I just wanted to talk about my recent visit back to my old stomping ground in Ireland. I haven't been back there in 5 years, and my son recently had a gorgeous little baby daughter, my granddaughter, and so we went over to see her, and it was brilliant, to be honest. From that perspective, from seeing my granddaughter, she was only less than a week old when we arrived, and we stayed there for 9 days altogether, and it was brilliant. It just, she's melted my heart, and I have somebody in my life now, another person that I'm completely in. She's bowled me over, completely in love with her. Going back to my old stomping ground was a different story. One word: sad. It was just, I don't know, it was a weird thing. It highlighted a lot for me about what I know about habits and rituals and behaviours and all that kind of stuff. I went out and I've done a couple of videos, and I will put the videos up, but I don't think that they're the best videos because my mood wasn't very good. I went out walking in one of the forests that I used to work in, one of the local forests, and it was it wasn't raining, but it was a pretty lousy day, typical Irish weather at this time of the year. So I don't know whether it was the weather but I think it was just, I felt like I'd never been away. I felt like I was back to where it started off with, and it was just the strangest feeling altogether, really. So I walked and I did these videos, and it was just so fucking weird, walking around, and I'm set up over here. I'm going across these hills when I do the videos, or I'm at home, or I'm in my own environment now, an environment that I've created now that I've stopped alcohol, and in the life that I've created now that I've stopped alcohol. And it felt like, even though I wasn't drinking, that I was back in that life, and it just made me very sad. It hit me sort of, and it sort of, it put it's hard to describe it. It put a sort of a straitjacket on me, if for want of a better word. It was like I'd never been away. It was uncanny and sort of unsettling how quickly my mind had settled right back into that old track again, right? Like your life goes on like a train track, as a metaphor. And as soon as I got back to Ireland, within a short space of time, my life just settled right back into that. Even in Dublin, and driving up, to Ennis from Dublin, it was a 2.5 hour drive, and I had that to look forward to, seeing my granddaughter, seeing my son, and their little family now, and just being there. I hadn't been to his house before and all that kind of stuff, so I was anticipating that. But then, getting into Ennis and walking down the streets of Ennis, and nothing had changed. Everything was the same. There was a couple of little changes. There was a new set of traffic lights, and there was a new building in the centre of town which hadn't been there before. But apart from that, a couple of the shops might have changed their facade. A couple of shops might have changed hands and different signs on the shops, that kind of thing. But in general, everything was the same. I met some of my drinking buddies. They were all the same. They hadn't changed. It was as if I'd left Ireland yesterday and come back today. I'd gone on holidays and I'd come back, except these people were 5 years older. So that was weird. And I'm going to do another video. I'll talk about the lessons that I've learned, because I did learn some lessons. When I was thinking about it coming back, and since I've been back, thinking about what, how it affected me and what I learned from the trip. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick video today, just to say that it was, it was one of the weirdest things that I've done in my life. And I've been back to places before that I used to live at, and sort of got a similar feeling that I was stepping backwards in my life. that my whole life has been about trying to move forwards, and for the large part of my life, alcohol was one of the biggest areas of my life which held me back and stopped me from making those inroads going forwards. But this was on a whole different level because my life has changed so much in 5 years, so much. And going back there was really sad, was depressing. Apart from being with my son and being in his house, but as soon as I stepped outside, when I'm in my son's house, I could be anywhere. As soon as I stepped outside and I saw other people and saw faces that I'd seen, and people, I'm walking down the street and met a guy that I used to work with, and he said the same thing to me. He always says to me, how's it going? You still in the forestry? Yeah. Where are you today? Where are you working these days? And all that kind of stuff. And it's just as if I'd never left. Yeah, weird. And I know it's it's got everything to do with me stopping drinking. So anyway, I'll do another video on this. I'll probably talk about this in a few more videos as I think of things, that as they occur to me. So just a quick video here, I thought I'd do. Until next time, I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Take care of yourself. Keep the alcohol out of your mouth. Onwards and upwards, eh? Onwards and upwards. Onwards and upwards. Take care.